the worst things to do on a Saturday morning, I gotta tell you. So nice to be back out on the water. Another stunning day here in Queensland. And you can tell by the smile on my face, I'm in my new canoe. Finally. 2 months of waiting, worth every minute. Dan has been absolutely smashed and also has had a hard time, of course, with COVID and getting access to products and resins and so forth to make his canoes. So his timeline is pushed out from sort of 4 to 6 weeks out to 8 weeks, which is frustrating him, but as he said, what can you do? Suppliers are suppliers and you can't change what the suppliers do. But regardless of all that, I'm very, very happy to have my new canoe. Absolutely beautiful. Just exactly how I wanted it. Colour scheme's perfect. And just heading out to do a little bit of fishing this morning, so we'll see what we can catch. And I'll take you guys along for the ride as always. As you can probably hear in the background, it is a very windy day. The wind's gone right up. Fortunately, the forecast was for 30 to 40 knot winds today, and they have absolutely turned up here on the lake. So just sneaking into a quiet little corner here. Let's see if we can get out of this wind. Might have something to eat and drink. Beautiful temperature wise, but yeah, it's just this wind, unfortunately, is blowing me into the banks here beside me. And can't get too far down the lake without punching straight into the wind, so we're just going to sneak around the banks here and as I said, see if we can find a quiet spot to sit up and have a snack. Looks like a perfect spot here. Really quiet, it's a bit of shading here against the bank, so I'll just tickle it in between the trees here. Water is beautiful and clear. This will be something in a week. We'll get the fishing rod out and give that a bit of a cast around and see if we can find some of these sneaky bass. Okay. Just going to let the wind now push me down back across these trees. Just back where I was sitting having a snack and a drink. Just casting back into the bank here. And we'll see if we can catch any fish. This really is a great little fishing platform, I must say. Just so handy to have all the gear at your feet. Behind you, plenty of room. So much room for equipment, it's crazy. So yeah, really enjoying it. Well, as you can see behind me here, we're just coming through a little lot of old dead trees, so just sneaking up the inside of them, and then I'll come back around and, as I said, cast a lure back in amongst them and see if we can get a couple of little fat bass in here. That'd be nice. Just the one to do for lunch. Look him up on the side of the bank. Not sure if you can hear it, but there's a helicopter coming down the lake beside me. Pretty popular spot for planes and helicopters, I've noticed. Probably because it's quite scenic here, I suppose. Anyway, just going to turn this canoe around, we'll have a little flick. Really nice when the sun comes out. Breeze is sort of really patchy, it comes and it goes, but it certainly keeps the heat up, which is nice, and the humidity. It storms here the last couple of weeks, so it's been quite humid. Yeah. I can think of worse things to do on a Saturday morning, I got to tell you. So I've come up the back of one of the little inlets here just to get into a nice little quiet spot away from some of the wind. It's still a little bit of a breeze up here. Just got myself one of these little Twig stoves. Wanted one of these things for a lot of years, I must admit, since they first came out, the fireboxes and all those brands. So just going to give this a blast today. It's fairly dry up here, so I've got to be very careful. I've dug a hole here so I can make sure that the fire doesn't get out of control. So we'll get this fired up and we'll see how we get on with that. It's just amazing how much heat these little guys put out. Actually quite surprising, I must admit, for such a small little stove. We'll get this guy going with a bit of bacon and eggs. One thing I have noticed watching some of the videos on these things being used is that they tend to burn very, very hot. And you see the little thin pans. This is obviously just a little stainless steel one here off my little MSR cook set, and they get too hot too quickly, and as you can see already they're starting to smoke, so almost got too much fire here. So I'll just take it off for a little bit, get this egg going. I'm not sure if you can see that or not, guys, but that is cooking already, so it doesn't take a whole lot of heat. I'll chuck him back up. Good thing is it cools down as fast as it heats up as well, so not too much of an issue from that point of view. So we'll get that going. Got some bacon in here as well. Probably, I'm not sure if you can hear in the background, guys, there's a jet going overhead. This particular lake's not too far from, getting spat on, not too far from Amberley Air Base here. And you get the big C-130s going over, jet fighters going over, all sorts of stuff. So, really interesting place to go camping, I must admit. Or day tripping as it is today. Very impressed with this little stove. Simple, easy. Really loving that. Really is something about cooking in the outdoors, isn't there? It's just marvellous. Absolutely love it. Great thing about the big canoe, of course, guys, is you can bring chairs like this, which makes it really comfortable camping, even for a day trip like today. Yeah, it's just really great. Would have been great if this was fish, don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's just really nice to have a canoe. You just chuck all the stuff in the top of it, put in as much as you like or much as you don't want to have. And yeah, just travel really, really light, or have a little bit of luxury like I'm having. So very impressed, I must admit. Very impressive stuff, I have to say. I think I might have, let's have a look. Yes, I have. I've forgotten the salt and pepper, but no, we'll suffer through it. So look, the wind has blown up, as I said earlier, which is a bit unfortunate, but was the forecast, up to about 30 kilometres an hour with higher gusts. So it makes for quite choppy conditions on the lake. So what I'm thinking of doing is I'll have this and then probably just pack it up and jump back in the canoe and head home again. So I want to come back out in a couple of weeks' time and do another video, do a full overnight camping trip. But obviously, with being the eight-year-old boy that I am, just wanted to get out and do a day trip today, see if I could catch some of these bloody bass. As I've said before, I'm not a good fisherman, so I don't stress about it too much, but it would be nice to catch one. And yeah, just enjoy the outdoors. It's just a great excuse to get out, you know. So I think that's one of the great things about having things like my younger brother's got the motorbike channel and so forth, and myself with the canoes and etc. Just gives you an excuse to get outdoors, and that's always a great thing. Really great thing. All right, let's see if we can have this to eat. Well, I have to say, that is a roaring success. Absolutely brilliant. We'll chuck that out now. Don't need that any further. So, as I said, wrap it up for this week. Thanks for coming along on this little day trip with me. Really impressed with the little stove, fantastic. I'll pour some water on that now, cool it all down, put it all out. And I look forward to catching up with you all in 2 weeks' time. Bye for now. Mmm.